Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am going to explain all the planetary shifts and how they're going to affect your life using Vedic astrology for June 2026. If you want a more detailed reading about your own birth chart, you can leave a comment down below with your full date of birth, your exact time of birth, your place of birth, and one question. That one question will help me give you a much more detailed answer so I can focus on something, okay? Now, let's talk about June 2026 because this month is psychologically intense for all ascendants, okay? It's not traumatic, it's just more intense. Now, the reason for this is very clear. We have Jupiter entering the Cancer sign on the 1st of June and Venus entering Cancer on 8th of June, and Sun will be entering Gemini on June 15th. Mars is going to be in Taurus on June 20th. Mercury is retrograding starting on June 29th, and Rahu will be shifting its nakshatra on June 30th. Okay? And Saturn is going to remain in Pisces. And this is very important because Saturn in Pisces will create emotional realism. Okay? And Pisces normally wants to escape. They want fantasy. They're avoidant, emotionally avoidant. But Saturn will force reality. So you will see this all over everyone, all the ascendants, emotionally, psychology. People are going to become less tolerant of fake lives, A lot of people this month are going to realize they're exhausted from pretending. Okay, they're going to realize they're exhausted from all this fake information, fake people, pretentious people. This is getting tiring for everyone. Okay, now let's go to all the ascendants. So, starting from Aries ascendant. Now, guys, June will become deeply emotional for you guys because Jupiter enters your 4th house on 1st of June. Now, the 4th house rules home, emotional security, your mother, your private life, mental comfort, okay? And Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. So Jupiter here will nourish the emotional body. This is one of the best transits for moving into a new home. It's a transit for prioritizing peace, reconnecting with your family, okay? Buying a property, it's also very good for that. You may suddenly stop craving constant stimulation. Okay, that means maturity is kicking in. Okay, not boredom, maturity. Okay, you're going to enjoy peace now. There's a deeper layer here because Saturn is transiting your 12th house, and the 12th house is the house for isolation, foreign countries, subconscious mind, subconscious fears, spirituality, hidden suffering. So while Jupiter tries to emotionally heal you, Saturn is going to force you to withdraw emotionally. Okay, and many Aries ascendants may suddenly enjoy solitude. Okay, peace, quiet. You want to be isolated. You will say, I don't want this noise anymore. Okay, and Saturn will aspect your second house of finances, will aspect your sixth house of work stress, your ninth house of beliefs and purpose. This means that your career, money, your world view all will become very serious. Okay, the way you look at things, look at these things specifically. And Mars entering Taurus on 20th of June, and Mars is your ascendant lord. So, and Taurus becomes your second house of finances, speech, self-worth, food, also your family. So financially you become more aggressive. You'll want stability in life. Okay, but your speech may become sharper. Okay, might be might not be a good time to have an argument with someone. Okay, things might get serious. Okay, try not to emotionally destroy people verbally just because you suddenly discovered honesty. Okay, not the best time to be honest. Try to be sweet. Try to be politically correct. Do not be honest. Because sometimes what you think is honesty may not be helpful. Okay? Mercury retrograde begins on June 29th, and this aspects your family, delayed documents, this may create family misunderstandings. This may create emotional conversations happening with them. Okay, it may create all these issues with documentation sometimes. Okay, so if you're submitting some documentation, some files, expect them to be corrupted. Expect them to be damaged. Expect them to get delayed. Emails, okay, all that stuff. Don't create arguments with your family. Not a great time for you then. If you say something to someone, get ready to hear back from them, because you won't have a good time if you become too honest. All right. It's a very karmic month emotionally. Now, let's go to Taurus ascendants. Taurus, this month will activate your voice. Jupiter will be entering your third house on the 1st of June. And the third house rules communication, business, self-effort, skills, social media, content creation. Okay, this is excellent for YouTubers, content creators, networking, entrepreneurs. Okay, you may suddenly feel, I need to express myself. Okay, and try to become more verbal. Okay, and because Jupiter expands whatever it touches, your influence can grow rapidly. Perfect time, especially online, okay, to create something, to post something. Something might go viral, but Saturn will remain in your 11th house, and the 11th house is a house of social circles, audiences, network, gain, ambition. So Saturn here will filter friendships. You stop tolerating fake connections. You may become socially more quiet, but emotionally much wiser. Okay, and Saturn will aspect your first house, your fifth house, your eighth house. So mentally you become more serious. Okay. In romantic relationships, you will seek depth instead of excitement. Psychologically, you want to stop wasting energy trying to impress people. Okay. It's a very healthy transit, to be honest. Mars will enter your ascendant on June 20th. And this will increase your confidence, your attraction, your drive, okay? And also it makes you angry. Okay, people may notice your energy becoming stronger. Okay, but Taurus, Mars will store the anger, the drive slowly. Okay, so it's not like a screaming energy, it's not like explosions or anything, but it's more like oh, I remembered what happened 3 months ago and suddenly I'm irritated, that sort of energy. So it's very slow, okay, not explosive. Mercury is retrograding at the end of this month, and it can bring old conversations, sibling misunderstanding. It can delay documentation. It can delay travel, communication, all that stuff. Okay, anything Mercury related. So now, Gemini ascendants. June becomes about rebuilding value. So Jupiter enters your second house on June 1st. The second house rules your speech, your money, your confidence, your wealth, okay? Your values. And this transit can improve your public speaking, your communication, and it can improve your finances. People may suddenly trust your voice more. Okay, now Saturn remains in your 10th house. 10th house rules your career, reputation, responsibilities. And Saturn here will create professional pressure. And you may feel like you're progressing, but everything will feel slow. All right? Because Saturn delays everything. All right? It takes time. You can't run. You have to walk. Okay, it's not a punishment. And Saturn looks at your 12th house, your 4th house, your 7th house. So career pressure affects your emotional peace, your relationships, even it makes you restless. Now, many Gemini ascendants may feel mentally exhausted, balancing responsibilities. Okay, expect that. Mars will enter your 12th house on June 20th, and watch out for burnout, Watch out for insomnia. You won't be able to sleep well at night. Become frustrated, anger, please rest, relax, listen to some music, try to relax. You won't be able to relax, but you have to know that you have to relax. Therefore, relax, okay? Now, your nervous system already behaves like it's subscribed to anxiety premium membership, okay? Mercury retrograde will affect your finances and communication very strongly at month's end. Double check everything, contracts, documentation. If you're submitting some documents, you have to double check everything, because there's gonna be mistakes thanks to Mercury retrograde. Okay, Cancer ascendants. This is your rebirth month. Jupiter enters your ascendant on the 1st of June. Exalted. Massive transit. Okay, the ascendant is your identity, your physical body, your personality, your life direction, your mind. Okay, it's you. And Jupiter here will expand your entire existence. You may feel hopeful again. You may feel like you're regaining your confidence. You become more visible. People look at you, people are like, whoa, dude, who's that? Who is that guy? Or that person, or the human? Okay, you are going to become the center of attraction. Emotionally, you will be able to open up. You'll be able to convey your inner feelings clearly. Okay, you will feel spiritually protected, and people may naturally gravitate towards you at this time period. Okay, very amazing. I would say this is one of the best periods for you. Okay, so Saturn is in your 9th house. So your 9th house is the house of your teachers, your religion, your life philosophy, your I don't know, your wisdom, your higher wisdom. Okay, and Saturn here will kind of destroy these beliefs, these blind beliefs, or something that you believed in, or you used to follow a structure or rules that you used to follow. The Saturn is going to destroy that. Okay, and you are going to start to question all of this. Okay, and you're going to be asking what actually matters to you. And you know, Saturn here will look at your 11th house, your 3rd house, your 6th house, meaning your social circles, your communication, your routine, your work routine will become lessons in a way, okay, for you. And Venus will be entering Cancer on 8th of June, and this will increase attraction and emotional softness for you. So you're gonna be one chick magnet walking around, man. All right, so relationship wise, you become emotionally magnetic, but emotionally unhealthy dynamics become intolerable now. Okay, so you're no longer emotionally available for a half-ass energy. Okay? Good. About time. Okay? So be the magnet that you are this month. And I think it's going to be a great month for you. Okay? Now, Scorpio ascendants. Saturn will be transiting in your 5th house. And this is one of the most psychologically important placements right now, okay? Because 5th house rules romance, creativity, children, confidence, emotional expression, and Saturn here will mature your emotions. Okay, things that once entertained you emotionally, made you happy, will start to feel meaningless. All right, and because you're going to grow beyond that, whatever that you used to have fun with or used to make you happy, you're going to find all that meaningless now because you're about to grow. You're going to grow from there. You need to move forward. Saturn's going to push you out from that comfort zone. All right. You will crave emotional depth. Now, the superficial attractions will stop satisfying you. It's not going to work anymore. By the end of the month, you will realize Saturn will be looking at your 7th house of relationships, your 11th house of friendships, and your 2nd house of speech and finances. So, relationships, your social circles, your finances all will become much more serious. You may become emotionally much more withdrawn this year. Okay? Not cold, not emotionally cold or cruel, more selective. Okay? And we can see Jupiter will be entering your 9th house on the June 1st. This is amazing, excellent for higher learning, teaching, travel, your wisdom, okay, your knowledge. And many of you Scorpio ascendants may become deeply interested in psychology, spiritual growth, and Mars will be entering your 7th house on 20th of June. This can increase your passion, your relationship tension. There might be ego clashes, arguments, because Mars is a fiery planet and is going to a 7th house of relationships. So be careful and try not to get into arguments. Try not to emotionally interrogate your partner like you're conducting a criminal investigation. Not every delayed reply means betrayal. Sometimes people are just showering. Okay? So relax. Don't try to run. Let things happen. When time comes, they will get back to you. Okay? Somebody left you on a blue tick. Don't get mad. Okay? Now, Pisces, my favorite. Pisces, Saturn will be in your ascendant, and honestly, this transit changes people permanently. The ascendant rules your personality, your body, your self-image, okay, your identity. Saturn here will strip you off the illusions, and it's been stripping you for a while now, okay? And you may feel emotionally heavier, quiet, more serious. You look more serious. People don't look at you the same anymore, okay? You're tired of superficial environments. But Saturn is creating this emotional authenticity. And Saturn looks at your third house of communication, your seventh house of relationships, your 10th house of career. Okay, meaning communication, your relationships, and your career all becomes this major karmic lesson. Okay, and meanwhile, Jupiter will be entering your fifth house on the 1st of June. Exalted. Beautiful transit. Fifth house rules your intelligence, your creativity, inspiration, emotional joy. Okay, this can bring creative rebirth, artistic inspiration, emotional healing, romantic opportunities. So many Piscean ascendants may discover their purpose through creativity. Okay, especially music, teaching, healing, content creation. All right. And Mars will enter Taurus on 20th of June, and this will activate your third house. So communication becomes strong, sharp. You become more assertive. Okay. Please try not to accidentally emotionally assassinate people with honesty this month. Okay. Your words are going to stab people. Don't become honest. Okay? Be nice. You will destroy relationships. You will start arguments if you say something wrong. Calm your ego down. Okay? You might be on that, your ego might inflate a little bit this month. So you need to relax. Don't be boastful. Okay? Rahu does that sometimes if it's damaged in your chart. Mercury retrograde near the end of the month, and this may bring delays in your plans, communication issues, and communication errors, or do you say this communication well, you might have miscommunication. Okay, now spiritually, this month helps Pisces ascendants understand something very important. Escaping pain is not healing. Okay, and Saturn finally teaches you that lesson. So it's a pretty good month actually to learn a lot. Okay, and Leo ascendants, June 2026. It will feel emotionally isolating in the beginning, but spiritually you feel much awakened underneath, okay? Because on the 1st of June, Jupiter will enter your 12th house, and your 12th house rules your 12th house rules isolation, spirituality, subconscious fears, foreign lands, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So this is not necessarily a bad transit, but it is an inward transit, and many of you Leo ascendants may suddenly withdraw socially, would want to reconnect spiritually and emotionally detach from the chaos, which you're not used to because you're Leo. Okay, Leo, you're outgoing, you don't usually do this, but now you will feel comfort withdrawing. Okay, you would want to withdraw from everything. You may realize you've been emotionally performing, strength for way too long now, and now you have to relax. You have to look inward. Saturn is in your 8th house, and Saturn rules your 8th house rules your intimacy, your finances, your shared finances. It rules transformation. It rules psychological depth. And Saturn here will destroy emotional superficiality. You stop wanting shallow emotional interactions. And Saturn looks at the 10th house of career, 2nd house of finances. It looks at your 5th house of romance, creativity. Okay, meaning your career, money, relationships all become emotionally very focused this month. And Mars enters Taurus on 20th of June, which activates your 10th house. And here the career pressure will increase. It'll increase like crazy, actually. You may become more ambitious, you may become impatient professionally. You may be emotionally reactive at work. Okay, there might be power struggles with authority possible. Mercury will retrograde on 29th of June, and this will bring misunderstandings in your career. Opportunities will get delayed, and just don't start arguments. That's it. Simple as that. Miscommunication. Okay. Emotionally, June will teach you guys that real strength is actually emotional honesty. Okay, not emotional performance. Honesty. Okay. Now, Virgo ascendants. June activates your future because Jupiter will enter your 11th house on the 1st of June. And the 11th house rules networking, future goals, ambition, gains. And this is excellent time for business expansion, social media, audience growth, long-term success. And many of you Virgo ascendants may suddenly feel that your future is becoming much bigger. And which is great, great for your future. Saturn will be in your 7th house, and the 7th house is the house of marriage, partnership, contract, relationships. Saturn here will mature relationships. Weak relationships will feel emotionally heavy, and strong relationships become stable. So you stop tolerating immature behavior, okay, and you start respecting important relationships, okay. So Saturn will look at your 9th house, your 1st house, your 4th house, okay, meaning that the identity, belief system, the emotional piece, all will undergo restructuring. Mars will enter Taurus on the 20th of June, which will activate your 9th house. So you become passionate about teaching, travel, learning, okay? but arguments over belief systems can happen at this point, because you become passionate about beliefs, religion, and stuff like that as well. So try not to argue about that. There's no point doing that. Fighting for fighting over something that's supposed to be about peace. Religions are about peace. Spirituality is about peace. But if you're going to argue about it, then what's the point, right? Now, Mercury is going to be retrograde near the end of the month, and this may cause social misunderstandings. Okay. Psychologically, you guys are learning you cannot organize your way out of emotional truth. So just let things happen. Don't be reactive, and don't start arguments. Okay. Libra ascendants. June will become a month that will define your career, because Jupiter will be entering your 10th house on the 1st of June. And the 10th house rules your career, your public image, your authority, your reputation, okay? And Jupiter is exalted here, and it will expand your career opportunities like massively. So many of you Libra ascendants may experience promotions, recognition, leadership opportunities. Okay, people will begin noticing your value. Okay, Saturn is still in your 6th house, and the 6th house is the house of your routine, your work stress, your responsibilities, and so on. And Saturn here will force structure. Okay, it has been forcing structure for so long. It's just going to continue doing that. And this transit basically makes you more disciplined. Okay, discipline becomes survival. Okay, Saturn looks at your 8th house, your 12th house, your 3rd house, meaning that mental exhaustion, your hidden fears, your communication all becomes a lesson. Okay, and Mars entering Taurus on 20th of June will activate your 8th house. This will create anger, intensity, emotionally intense. It will create financial pressure. You may become confrontational in relationships. Okay, so on 29th of June, Mercury is going retrograde, and it may create some delays here and there, some misunderstandings with authority. Emotionally, June will teach you guys to avoid conflicts, because simple as that, you just need to avoid conflicts so your life is much simpler. Okay, just avoid any confrontation, avoid any conflicts, guys. Okay, because you have a bright future ahead of you. You have plans. You don't want these things to damage your path. Now, Sagittarius ascendants, June will become very transformative emotionally, because Jupiter will be entering your 8th house on the 1st of June, and the 8th house rules your psychology, your hidden emotions, your emotional vulnerability, your fears. It's a house of transformation. So this transit will push you inward psychologically, and many of you may start questioning emotional patterns. You may become you may confront your past emotional wounds. Okay, you will go inwards spiritually. You will start maybe studying spirituality. You may start studying religion or something, and Saturn will be in your fourth house, and the fourth house rules your emotional peace, your family, your home, your mental stability. And Saturn here will create emotional heaviness internally. So many of you will feel emotionally much more mature by now, much older, because you've been going through some emotional ups and downs for a while now. And Saturn aspects your sixth house, your 10th house, and your first house. And here your career, your health, your identity all become emotionally demanding. Okay. And Mars is going to enter Taurus on 20th of June, which will activate your sixth house. And this will increase productivity, but at the same time also increase stress and irritability, and it may increase your workload as well. So you need to rest, you need to relax, you need to rest properly, and your body is not a what do you call that, it's not a machine. Okay, you need to rest. Don't overwork yourself. And Mercury retrograde, that's going to cause travel delays, legal confusions, going to cause educational misunderstandings. Okay, so prepare for that. Growth is not always exciting. Sometimes it is brutal. Okay. Now, Capricorn ascendants, your relationships become the main story this month, because Jupiter is going into your 7th house on the 1st of June, and the 7th house is the house of marriage, partnership, long-term relationships, and exalted Jupiter here will bring supportive people in your life. And many of you Capricorn ascendants may have entered meaningful relationships. You may be attracting emotionally mature people into your life. Partnerships will improve. Okay, relationships are going to improve. And Saturn is in your 3rd house, and the 3rd house is the house of communication, efforts, courage, and so on. So Saturn here will rebuild self-belief, and you will become much more thoughtful. You will become emotionally cautious as well. And Saturn from here will look at your 5th house, your 9th house, your 12th house. Okay, this means that your belief system, your romance, your subconscious fears will all mature now. And Mars will be going into Taurus on 20th of June, which will activate your 5th house, and this will increase attraction, romantic intensity, passion. And this is very good for if you're a performer, if you're an artist. Okay, Mercury retrograde will happen at the end of the month, and it may bring old romantic situations back. It may sometimes cause unresolved emotional conversations to happen again. Okay, this month will teach you that becoming vulnerable is not really your weakness. Okay, it may be a month to clear up misunderstandings. And you guys have this thing where you emotionally behave like feelings are like, taxable income sometimes. So it's going to teach you that vulnerability is not really weakness. Okay, it's okay to be vulnerable. it's okay to have that conversation. It's open up. Just open up, guys. Aquarius, June is going to become about rebuilding your daily life, because Jupiter is entering your 6th house on the 1st of June, and the 6th house rules your health, your work, your stress, your responsibility, your discipline, and exalted Jupiter here is going to improve that. It's going to improve that structure, okay? And you may have, or you may feel that your health is improving, you're exercising more, or you have thought of you have built the exercise routine for yourself. You're focusing on healing now, all right? And Saturn is going to be in your 2nd house, and the 2nd house is the house of money, speech, family, and your self-worth. So Saturn here will create financial focus. Okay, you become focused financially, and you become cautious about spending. Okay, you become cautious about stability in life. All right, so your focus is going to be on these things. And Saturn's looking at your 4th house, your 8th house, your 11th house. So meaning you want emotional peace. Okay, you want deep friendships, and some hidden fear will become a karmic lesson for you. Okay, Rahu is in your ascendant, and it still creates this, it's still working on your identity reinvention. Okay, it's still working on that. You're looking for what your identity is, and many of you no longer feel like your old self anymore. You're transforming, you're amplifying. Rahu is doing that for you, and that's a great thing actually. Okay, it's not negative, even though when it feels like it's negative, it's not. Okay, you're going to come out on the other side a different person, better person. Now Mars is going to enter Taurus on 20th of June, which will activate your 4th house, and the 4th house is the house of your family, your mental comfort, your home, emotional peace. So there's going to be some emotional tension at home. You may argue with your family. You may argue with your loved ones. Mercury will be going retrograde at the end of the month, and this will bring up confusion emotionally. Maybe some unresolved family discussions may arise again, and there might be some misunderstanding with your partner. Okay, so June, guys, it's about detachment, okay, and healing. So work on that. We are all working on that. We are all working on something. Okay. So see you guys. And if you guys want to know more about your own chart, do leave a comment down below about your date of birth, your time of birth, your place of birth, and one question. I will answer that question, hopefully, properly.